Daily Broadside to 805. Week and a half ago, it was 12 degrees. It's like 74 today. I don't know if I've ever experienced a February, January swing like that before in my entire life of living in Carolina del Norte. It's kind of strange, you know. I was going to the grocery store the other day just to pick up a couple items. I got some, I had like avocados and cottage cheese and some walnuts, like 3 little things, right? And I go up and I get in line, and there's like a lady finishing paying, and she's got several things. She's got like a medium amount of stuff. And then there's a lady in front of me that's got, you know, she's shopping for the week, right? So she's got like 3 feet on the little conveyor thing, just chock full of stuff. But there's like this much room left on the conveyor, and I placed my 3 items that I just had in my hand onto the thing. There was about this much space between my crap and her crap. You know what I mean? Clearly, there was a discernible line of demarcation that anybody with any knowledge, especially the guy who works at the grocery store and sees this conveyorness all the time, can discern, hey, that's hers, that's his. You know what I mean? Like, it's we don't need his and hers, you know, blankets draped over each pile of crap that we're getting. But man, some people are so weird and like testy with those little, I don't use those dividers, right? I just separate it. And if it gets to the point, every once in a while, I might have to say, that's mine or that's hers. If maybe something topples over and rolls to her area or whatever. It's just dumb. And she was like, you know, just kind of huffy. And I'm like, bitch, take your weekly groceries. I'm not, what's going to happen? You know, you're going to accidentally ring up some walnuts, you know? And then if you're paying attention, you just tell, those aren't mine. Let me unring the walnuts. We unrang the walnuts. We're done, lady. But people just get so bent out of frame about them damn dividers. I want to take the divider and just chuck it like a, what's that thing in Australia that comes back to you? But I don't want it to come back to me, so maybe that's not what I'm looking to give you. Why do I got jamboree in my head? What's it called? A bouillon? Jamboree? What the hell is the boomerang? I got it. Woo! Yeah, I locked that one down. But what'd I say? Jamboree? Anyway, yeah, all I'm saying is I don't need those things in my life. I don't need that kind of negativity. I can separate my stuff and hers. You know, and that's fine. If I roll in with a week's worth of groceries and everything is like, you know, 17 inches tall and Mike Topla, then maybe we'll separate the stuff. But good God, lady, like, piss off. You know what I mean? I got to tell you, I looked around my house. I can't find any Corona because it tastes like piss. And I don't see many things at all that say made in Canada on them. So I don't really have a problem with anything that's going on right now in this country. In fact, I have waited probably since I was in college and I majored in political science and really got into politics, and really started following the news and reading and, you know, trying to educate myself, you know, on what goes on in this world, because so many people, and I'm talking like, I would say 88% of people walking around this country have no clue what goes on. They can't tell you how many people are in Congress. They don't know what bicameral means. They don't know, you know, how many amendments there are. They don't know anything regarding civics. And civics just seems to be going the way of the dodo bird, so it's not going to get any brighter. They don't keep up with current events and all that stuff. I remember my buddy had a son that went into the Marine Corps, and part of his interview was name 3 things that are in the news this week. You know, which I thought was a pretty cool thing. You know. Of course, he didn't know any of them because he was, you know, born in 2002 or something. But at any rate, I try to educate myself and all this. And I really have 0 problems with anything that's going on. And back to what I was saying, I have since college just and learned about stuff. I remember the 60-minute piece on, you know, whatever it was, $120 hammers that the government was buying when hammers back then cost like $18. And I remember they did a piece on somebody that worked for the government, made, you know, at that time probably $200,000, which was a chunk of change back in, you know, 1993, and lived in Texas on a farm and flew to Washington like every 9 months for like a day and a half, and then just hung out at his ranch. I mean, it's just stupid crap. It's just such wasteful crap. And you and I, the people that pay the taxes, we're on the hook for that. It's like, you know, you got to pay all this crap in, and then they just blow it on all this stuff. They should have like a 1,000-word limit on any bill. so that you can't sneak all this pork in there, you know. But I'm loving, because once again, I'm getting back the third time to what I've been trying to say, is this Doge thing is like, it's been my dream. I've been waiting for this to happen for so long, and it's so fun. The dude found $1.3 billion in like less than 2 weeks. Like, there's so much more to uncover. And if they need somebody, I don't know how to do forensic accounting or anything, but I'll come in and start, you know, going through books and slashing prices and all that kind of stuff, because it's just awesome that they're just laying people off, and because these people never should have had jobs in the first place. So let's not get all, you know, snollygostered about, you know, oh, these poor people, what will they do? They'll be living under a bridge. They're fine, because they've been feeding off this whole pork system for so long. All these people are worried about their pensions, you know, that are at the head of these agencies. Their pensions were paid for a long, long time ago, because they've been grifting the government for so long. It just pisses me off. But yeah, I don't really have, this is like some of the greatest headlines ever, and everybody's so mad at it, and I don't understand. I don't understand why you would be mad at, like, for example, people that are protesting our flag, who came here because they hate their flag, but now they're flying. None of it makes any damn sense. Explain to me how that makes any sense. I just don't understand it. It will never make any sense to me. And lastly, I don't know if you've ever dated a girl, and early on in the relationship, like first few days, you find out she's got breast reduction scheduled in the near future, and you're at a weird point where, like, you have no say in this, and you might not have any say in it regardless, but at least you could, like, give your input. But at, you know, day 7, day 9, you can't really give your input. Let's hold off a little bit. Let's see where this goes, you know, because she's been living with those things for, you know, the better part of her life, and you've just rolled in the last week, and you really have no business there. And is that petty? Is that shallow? I don't know. I'm just making up the scenario. It didn't really happen to me, but I just thought about it today. That's all. Kidding.